Good morning, friends. Let's sing a song together, shall we? We're going to be in the Till hymn book this morning, hymn number 1020, Woe Ya Ya. I invite you to rise in body and or spirit. If you're joining us online, you can find the lyrics posted in the chat. And let's sing some nonsense words, huh? We are going, heaven knows where we are going, but we know within, and we will get there. Heaven knows how we will get there, but we know we will. We will be hard, we know, and the road will be muddy and rough, but we'll get there. Heaven knows how we will get there, but we know we will. Wo ya ya, wo ya ya, wo ya ya, wo ya ya. We are going, heaven knows where we are going, but we know within, and we will get there. Heaven knows how we will get there, but we know we will. Wo ya ya, 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 yee 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 ya, ya, ya. Good for you. Thank you.
Good morning. Welcome to the Olympia UU congregation. Our community envisions an interconnected world that is loving, just, and healthy. We commit to live out our mission to welcome and wonder, embrace and empower, bridge and become. Thank you for joining us here today. You are welcome here just as you are. Whatever beliefs sustain you, whomever you love, however you understand and express your identity, and in all the ways that you are still becoming the person you shall be. My name is Alicia Seegers Martinelli. I use she, her pronouns, and I'm a member of the worship arts team. Leading worship with me today is our minister, Reverend Mary Gear, Troy Fisher, our music director, and Reverend Sara Lewis, the Director of Community and Faith Development. Here are a few things you should know about our service today. We are streaming live on Zoom and YouTube, and the service is being recorded. For those of us here in the sanctuary, you can see the sometimes creative subtitles up on the screen in front, and on Zoom if you are online. We have fluffy chairs and activities, so all hands can feel comfortable throughout the service. We are a multi-generational community, and we value our young ones. Kids, babies, teens are all welcome here in the sanctuary. And there's also nursery care and a story time program for children in the classroom wing just down the hall. Youth and middle school and high school will be meeting off-site today at the bowling alley. We are grateful for the many hands who helped make worship happen this morning. Thank you to all who contribute in so many ways. After the service, everyone will have the chance to discuss reflection questions offered by Reverend Mary. For those online, we invite you to go into a breakout room for a virtual coffee chat. And for those in person, please feel free to stay for coffee and fellowship in the Commons. And I understand Joanna has brought sandwiches in honor of the baby dedication today. Thank you. At 11:30, please return to the main Zoom room or sanctuary for OUUC Budget Expo. Bring your questions about the details of the proposed congregational budget to today's meeting. It is helping us prepare for the congregational meeting, which will be June 9 at 11:45 next Sunday. The board will provide finger food for those on site, and there's more information about next Sunday's annual meeting in the weekly update and on the website. If you don't have access to a computer or the internet and would like this information, please contact Rosie in the church office. We hope to see all at these important meetings. Reverend Mary's sabbatical begins in just a few weeks. The sabbatical committee is collecting cards to give to her during the send-off ritual on June 16th. You can write a blank card to insert into the colorful box in the Commons, or you can bring a card of your own. If you prefer to mail it, please be sure to write "Attention Sabbatical Send-Off" so that on the envelope, so that we can get to the card to the right spot. For more information on the sabbatical, please check out the kiosk in the Commons, the sabbatical page on the OUUC website, or talk to a member of the sabbatical committee. They will be present in the Commons after the service wearing a badge that says SABCOM, and it will be teal. There are many things happening at OUUC. Check out the Tuesday electronic update or the website for the most up-to-date information. Now, let us open our hearts and our minds as we prepare for worship. Welcome, everyone. It is good to be together. This morning, we join Unitarian Universalist congregations around the world in lighting a chalice, the symbol of our faith tradition. If you are online and have a chalice or a candle, please join us as we light our chalices together with these words by Douglas Taylor. Across the generations, we are tending the flame. We are here for the songs, for the justice, for the community, sharing the work. We are here now, too, to build something new and lasting. We are ready for a new day together. We join in the line, and we carry the flame forward.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Reverend Mary, and I use she, her pronouns. I'm joining you virtually this morning because I am recovering from COVID, most likely from my recent travels. I will be fine. It just takes some rest and some time. And unfortunately, COVID is still a thing. It will be with us. So getting out the COVID tests and the masks this week reminded me of all the ways we have learned to take care of each other, like staying home when we don't feel well. I am so grateful to everyone who pivoted this week so that I could be with you virtually today. You are the best. Today, we come together in the unity of spirit to celebrate our young people. We honor this place on their journey and their willingness to share their values and their experience with us. We will also join together in remembrance today. In this moment, we are grateful for all who have contributed to our Unitarian and Universalist faith and have brought us here today. May the lessons of our history teach us and offer us hope. We join together today in promise. Here we commit ourselves to a new day dawning, even as some of us would long for the security of the old. May the promise of the future offer us hope. And we join together in spirit, blessed by remembrance and hope. We pray that we may love and serve one another. May we laugh together to lighten the load. May we have courage and strength. May we be seekers of justice and mercy. May we encourage each other forward into a future that honors our heritage, transforms ourselves, and transforms the world. Come, let us worship together.
And let's sing together again out of the Teal Hymn Book, hymn number 1012, When I Am Frightened. I invite you to rise in body and or spirit. Let's join together in singing. When I am frightened, will you reassure me? When I'm uncertain, will you hold my hand? Will you be strong for me? Sing to me quietly. Will you share some of your stories with me? If you will show me compassion, then I may learn to care as you do. Then I may learn to care. When I am angry, will you still embrace me? When I am thoughtless, will you understand? Will you believe in me? Stand by me willingly. Will you share some of your questions with me? If you will show me acceptance, then I may learn to give as you do. Then I may learn to give. When I am troubled, will you listen to me? When I am lonely, will you be my friend? Will you be there for me? Comfort me tenderly. Will you share some of your feelings with me? If you will show me commitment, then I may learn to love as you do. Then I may learn to love. Thank you for singing.
I invite parents Johanna DeChauco Martinez and Dylan Tyler Stewie to bring baby Jade and stand with Reverend Sara at the front of the sanctuary. And please bring Dylan's parents, Kathy and Boyd Stewie, with you. Thank you so much for being with us today. The ceremony we now share is ancient and timeless, affirming that we are all responsible for the care and nurture of our children. It is our task to give children a world of peace and justice in which to grow. It is our task to share with them our ideals and our hopes. It is our task to welcome them into this congregation and into the fullness of life. Johanna, you asked that we call on the spirits of Jade's ancestors this day. Today we recognize the presence of your mother, Gloria, and your grandmothers, Pachita and Ana.
Traditionally, this is the time to recognize a child by name. What is the name that you have given this child?
Jade Ann Martinez Stewie.
Jade, you have names that reflect your Chinese, Filipino, and Scandinavian heritage. Jade is a soft green gemstone whose name means precious stone. This name stems from your mother's Chinese name, Ming Yu, which means bright or clear jade. Jade, the stone, is a symbol of nobility and wealth, a protector of generations, a stone of the heart. Jade is thought to bring luck, virtue, and wisdom. In Chinese culture, wearing jade pendants brings luck, protects from misfortune and evil intentions, and brings good health. Your second name, Anne, comes from your mother's grandma, named Anna, and your grandmother, Kathy, your dad's mom, whose second name is Anne. You carry your mother's maiden name, Martinez, in the tradition of the Philippines, and you carry your father's family name, Stewie. Jade, Anne, Martinez, Stewie, may you be strong in character, kind, compassionate, and loving. May no one take advantage of you, and may you be protected from the impact of evil.
Johanna and Dylan, in presenting Jade here today, you invite all of us to share some of the joy and responsibility that is yours as parents. You seek our support in your dedication to the task of fostering with love and guidance the fullest unfolding of Jade's personality. Your task may not always be an easy one, but you accept this service to another life, trusting that your own life will be fuller and richer in consequence. And may you know that you have the love and support of this community. Dylan and Johanna, do you now promise that to the best of your ability, you will help this unique and special child to an appreciation of truth and beauty, uprightness of character and love? Will you protect their right to selfhood and at the same time help them to understand the rights of others? If so, please say, I will.
For the family and friends of Jade who are online, in a minute I'll invite you to unmute yourself and speak a promise to Jade and her family. For any of us to become loving and capable adults, we need care and nurture from many people. Jade will have grandparents and family and friends who will be part of her life. Kathy and Boyd and all of the adults who will be part of Jade's life, do you, to the best of your abilities, intend to supplement the care and love of these parents, Johanna and Dylan, in helping this child grow in wisdom, in kindness, and in courage as she faces the challenges of her life? Do you pledge your love so that Jade may grow to trust herself and to trust others? For those family and friends online, please feel free to unmute yourself so you can be heard. And would you join Kathy and Boyd and those on site to say, we do?
We do.
We do.
We do.
For OUUC congregants online, in a minute I'll invite you to unmute yourselves again and speak a promise to Jade. OUUC members and friends, do you promise to support this child and her family through all the experiences of life? To delight in Jade's accomplishments, share in her sorrows, and encourage her as she grows and changes? Will you provide her with the opportunity to develop her faith and discover an understanding of life and the sacredness that dwells within it? For those online, feel free to unmute yourself so you can be heard. And would you join in saying, we will?
We will.
We
will.
will.
We will. We
We
will.
will.
We will. We will.
Water is an age-old symbol that reminds us of our connection to every other living creature and to this earth. And so, Jade, we bless you with this water. May your mind be open to the wisdom of this world and of your experience. May you grow in conscience, the ability to think things through, and nurture curiosity.
And may your hands be open to embrace the gifts of life and of this world. May they help you to take care of your body, mind, and spirit, and be good to yourself and to others.
Jade, may your heart be open to all that is, and may you grow in compassion. You will know contentment and discontent, joy and sorrow, anger and deep love in your life. Feel your feelings, my child, for they are good gifts.
Each flower is unique in all its natural beauty, separate and distinct from all flowers found in creation. So today we will give you a rose to serve as a reminder of the inherent worth and dignity of every human being, this child, as well as each one of us. It symbolizes our hope that you will unfold and blossom in your unique and natural beauty. Jade, on this day of naming and dedication into the care of this community, your parents also have a piece of jade jewelry for you. May it remind you that you are loved by many.
Johanna, you asked that we bless Jade today with this Baha'i prayer. O God, educate this child. This child is a plant of thine orchard, the flowers of thy meadow, the rose of thy garden. Let thy rain fall upon them. Let the sun of reality shine upon them with thy love. Let thy breeze refresh them in order that they may be trained, grow, and develop, and appear in the utmost beauty. Thou art the giver. Thou art the compassionate. May we go forth grounded in our dedication to Jade and her family. May we remember that Jade will grow up in the world that we are making. May we mold our lives in accordance with the beauty, truth, goodness, and love that we wish for Jade. May we help her find her own fulfillment and pass into her keeping the torch of life. With these intentions in our hearts, let us go forward in joy and thanksgiving. Amen.
Each Sunday, we engage in the spiritual practices of generosity and gratitude by joining together in service to our community and to something greater than ourselves. We each have the power to share, and when we combine our gifts to create an offering, together we are able to do more than any one of us could do alone. We also express our gratitude for the gifts that life has given us, for the network of relationships in which we live, and for the presence of this community. If you are new or visiting for the first or second time, you are our guests and we do not expect you to contribute. However, if you are moved to be part of the offering, what you share will be most gratefully received. The offering collected here does two things. It helps support the ongoing work of this congregation, which is also supported by our regular pledges. And the offering supports an organization that serves our community in harmony with our Unitarian Universalist values. Our Share the Plate organization for May and June is the Crisis Clinic of Thurston and Mason counties. Providing 24/7 continuous support for the last 50 years, the Crisis Clinic of Thurston and Mason counties is committed to building a community that is better prepared to understand and respond compassionately to those in crisis. In 2022, the Crisis Clinic answered more than 10,000 phone calls from people in crisis. Their educational programming reaches about 2,000 local students each school year, and they hope to exceed that number in 2024. With your help, we will support primary crisis intervention services, the Teen Youth Helpline, and presentations to middle and high school students throughout Thurston and Mason counties in suicide awareness and prevention. May the offering now be generously given as it is gratefully received.
Thank you for your generous gifts. We came together this morning bringing all that is in our lives. Let's open our hearts to the complexity of life as we place stones in the water of community. You will hear a drum beat as we share today. It brings into our awareness that our individual hearts beat, and together we create the heartbeat of community. Right now, I invite you to take a breath as we open our hearts to receive the complexity of all that is in our lives and our communities today. We send our love and care to Ann Yo as we prepare to celebrate the life of her beloved Ken this afternoon. Ann, know that we mourn with you, holding Ken's memory tenderly and in love. Bobby Adams shares that her sister Donna, age 80, passed away on May 30th from pancreatic cancer. Donna was among only 13% of pancreatic cancer patients who survive more than 5 years after diagnosis, for which her family is very thankful. 6 months of that time was an unanticipated gift in the form of a clinical trial. Donna was much loved by her 4 sisters, her husband of 58 years, Jim, her 2 children and 10 grandchildren, and many, many friends. Bobby, we send our love and care to you and your family as you mourn. Lynn McDonald shares that she has recently left work that she loves due to health issues. While she is physically recovering, she is also experiencing the grief of that loss and the uncertainty of what the future holds. She would appreciate our prayers and good vibes. Lynn, we send our love and care as you navigate this life transition. For those online, I invite you to share from your heart by entering in the chat. Those in the sanctuary can see your sharing on the screen. And for those in person today, I invite you to come forward if there's something you would like to bring into this community. You may place a stone into the water as you hold your sharing in your heart. Please come up through the side aisle and return by the center aisle. Let us hear the heartbeat of our community and reach out our hearts in love and care to all those who share. We place a stone in the water for all that has been shared online, shared from the heart. And we will place one more stone in the water for all that we hold in our hearts that remains unspoken.
I invite you to find a position that best supports your ability to breathe. As you settle into the silence of this moment, breathe. Breathe in the sweet smell of spring, rain and sun, flowers and trees. Breathe out the worries of the day. As you settle further into the peace of this moment, breathe. Breathe in the scent of community, of coffee brewing and people gathering. Breathe out the tension in your body, shoulders, neck, arms, and legs. As you settle into this sacred moment, breathe. Breathe in the smell of the holy, the divine, however you name that which is greater than you. Breathe out the illusion of separateness, of isolation, of loneliness. Breathe. Breathe in peace. Breathe. Breathe out love. Let's hold a moment of silence together.
Let's remain seated and sing together the meditation on breathing, which is in the Till Hymn book, hymn number 1009. When I breathe in, I breathe in peace. When I breathe out, I breathe out love. When I breathe in, I breathe in peace. When I breathe out, I breathe out love. When I breathe in, I breathe in peace. When I breathe out, I breathe out love. When I breathe in, I breathe in peace. When I breathe out, I breathe out love. Breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. When I breathe in, breathe out. When I breathe out, I breathe out love. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe. 3 out. 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 3 out.
Hi. My name is Dio Lewis. I use he, him pronouns, and thank you for having me today and for all 18 years of my life thus far. Even though my mom didn't technically become a reverend until I was 13, I've always felt like a pastor's kid. Trolling around the church halls, stealing cookies from the pantry, feeling like everyone knew me even if I only knew their faces. I didn't consider myself religious or spiritual as a kid, but I quickly realized when interacting with friends outside of church how different my experience of religion was. Most of my friends were raised a-religious, with no real base of understanding in it. I remember defending the general concept of religion to kids who saw no value in it, only the ways it harmed people, and feeling so confused on why they felt it contained no moral nuance. I didn't feel religious, but something in me was compelled to shield it from scorn. I'm very lucky to have been raised in a faith community that not only taught me its own principles, but encouraged the pursuit of understanding other faiths. The things I absorbed here have been integral to my formation as a person. The 7 principles were guiding light posts to finding what I actually valued and believed in. I've never ached for religion more than I do right now. I don't know when it happened, but at some point over the past year, I started craving theology, something to gnaw on and wrestle with. I find myself reading books about the Bible and yearning for belief. I've always been drawn to the idea of something bigger than myself, whether it be God or the universe. I'm less interested in the answers and more in the questions. I believe there is love intrinsic in all things, that it lives in our breaths and in the soil beneath us. Everything that makes up me is the same primordial stuff that makes up people a world away. And whether that's because an omnipotent being made it so is less important to me than the beautiful truth of it. I think the time has finally come that I'm no longer content to just think to myself and instead need to be part of something greater. High school has been difficult, especially the last 2 years, and I'm honestly really glad it's over. For the longest time, I felt lost and aimless, with no sense of where I wanted to go next or what the best thing for me to do was. It was important to me to prove to other people that I was smart and competent and capable of doing hard things. Finishing school early, taking hard classes, filling up my schedule to bursting where my only downtime was watching TV and staring at the wall. But those aren't the things that make me happy. Being capable of climbing the mountain with no oxygen tank doesn't mean that it's the best use of my time and energy. And if that's the only thing that people are applauding, then those people aren't either. I have no idea what my grand life plan is, but I've realized that I've spent enough of it trying to prove to other people that I'm worthy of their respect at the expense of myself. Life is not a battle to be won, it's a journey to lavish in. It's time to devote myself to being happy. Living on my own, filling my days with music, swimming in the ocean, and running through the forest. All I want in the world is a little apartment with my cat, a window pot full of flowers, and time to read all the books sitting on my floor. I need to learn to steer my life in a direction of my choosing, devoid of other people's perceived judgments and wishes. I have so much life to live and so much time to live it, and I refuse to fold in on myself and languish. The only person I have anything to prove to is myself, that I'm capable of being happy and content, that I'm strong enough to bask in all of life's glory without feeling guilty. I feel the open future ahead of me like a long-lost friend, ready to embrace it and start down that road, one step at a time. Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Sara Harrington, and I use they, him pronouns. Hello, everyone. To begin, I'd like to recognize briefly my fellow bridging speakers. These 2 young men are wonderful people, and I'm proud to have grown up with them and to get to see the people they are now and share this moment with them. This congregation has been a second home for me all my life, and I'm deeply grateful for the values this experience has cultivated in me. Growing up UU has nurtured my values of curiosity and compassion. These ideas have defined my personal spirituality, one I find in connection to others and nature, and in acts of kindness. In the same way, they governed my early experiences in RE, as we all learn to take interest in and explore other faiths and care for each other and our communities and the world around us. I strive now to uphold these values and to avoid falling prey to biases and fears that would wither them. In many ways, this place has been my childhood, where I found my first friends, my first community outside of the home, even my first job. And it has been wonderful getting to see the youth of tomorrow in that position. And while I'm on the way to going further, bigger places, it eases the transition to know that I'll always have this place to come back to. It's a place I'll carry with me, and all the memories, lessons, people, and little scraps of sermons that really stuck with me that it's given me to hold on to. I'm a believer in short and sweet, so I'll leave you now with one more thing. An OUC memory that's really stuck with me from recent times is that of an experience I had during a summer camp that I worked at last year. We as counselors helped the kids make care packages for unhoused folks, which is something that I'd done a few times before when I was much younger. And I was struck by the memory of being on the other end of that process, of being the child that's being taught and helped to do this little act of kindness for other people and put that energy out into the world. And this time, I think, is a bit like that. Us seniors have spent our childhoods learning how to do, value, see, create kindness and compassion and justice in the world. And now we're on the opposite end of that learning process, and it's time for us to take all that we've learned and how we've grown into the world and make it better both for ourselves and for the even younger people that will come after us. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Cassius, and I use he, him pronouns. I would like to share some thoughts with you today. I had a hard time starting this speech because I have a hard time believing that me and two of my dear friends, who I have known my entire life, are the ones bridging, and that it is all happening today instead of in some nebulous future. It is hard to recognize the gifts I have received from this faith and this congregation because I was raised here and they have been with me throughout my entire life. I have made my longest lasting friends here, made meaningful connections, and gained insight through my time in the youth programs. I have never lived in the same states as my grandparents, and when I was very young, they were all at least 1,000 miles away from me. But I have fond memories of people like Ginny Taylor treating me like one of their grandchildren. I remember Gail Gosney Reed baking cookies with me over the holidays when I was little, Cheryl Hanks giving me all her copies of the New York Times Kids Only edition when I was in middle school, and Ken and Ann Yo giving me a Barnes & Noble card every Christmas. Whenever my mom went over to help the Yos with their printer update their computers this year, Ken made sure to send her home with a tin of fresh-baked peanut butter cookies. They were the best. I did a presentation on New Zealand in 5th grade, which I interviewed Ken for, and it was still saved on his computer after he passed. I think that I speak for everyone here when I say that he will be missed. And there are many other wonderful people here that I have not mentioned who have extended kindness and support to me and the other youth here, whether through actions like this or through volunteering their time to mentor us in Sunday school, OWL, and coming-of-age programs. I am grateful for your dedication to this congregation. That is not to say that there have been no challenges to growing up UU. I'm sorry, but I have to say that I really don't like committees. I do admire the democratic ideals of the structure of the UU Church, and all the amazing things that our committees have accomplished, but they're really just not for me. I can't stand them, and that's okay. And I think that this can also be a blessing because it has shown me what I do and don't want to do in the future. Even though that I fear that they are probably inescapable. As I look back and forward, I do miss many things about childhood. And I think that recess symbolizes a lot of them. I miss getting to be a kid and playing without any expectations. I miss having time out of every day to go and mix mud in a big rock and make up grandiose explanations about the magical significance of the dirt and the water. I feel sad that a lot of our society is structured solely around productivity, and that it wants us to forget the whimsy of childhood. I hope that I might be able to keep some of that whimsy in the future, even as I cross this little bridge and many bigger ones that are out there. Thank you.
So bridging is the ritual acknowledgement of the milestone transition between youth and young adulthood. And today we recognize that moment in the life of Dio, Sai, and Cassius. These three young people have been part of the OUUC community since they were babies and have blessed us with their energy, their singing, creativity, their passion for justice. They have volunteered and worked as camp counselors and childcare providers. Would you all please come and stand up here with me? Dio, Sai, and Cassius, you all are amazing, brave, creative, passionate young people, and we know you as gifts to this world.
When a child is dedicated in a Unitarian Universalist congregation, as we dedicated Jade today, they are given a rosebud with the thorns carefully removed. The rose is not yet open, symbolizing the unfolding that is yet to come in that young life. Today, we present you, Sai, Cassius, and Dio, our bridging youth, with another rose. This rose is open, for you have most surely bloomed. And this rose has plenty of thorns, as does life. You know that by now. The difference is that we know you can deal with the thorns that life gives us along with the blooms.
You are crossing the bridge into adulthood, into new adventures, freedoms, and responsibilities. May you find the bridge sturdy beneath you, even as the transition may not always be easy. Please cross our bridge.
Sai, Cassius, and Dio, we bless you today. May your mind be on fire with wonder and wisdom. May your heart be aflame with love for this life. May your hands be ignited with purpose, and may your spirit be aglow with courage and compassion. You are a bright light, a light unto this world and the light of the future. You carry our steadfast love with you wherever you may go.
Those present, both on-site and online, please repeat after me. We bless you. We bless you. We love you. We love you. May your life unfold with joy. May your life unfold with joy. Blessed be. We are all here growing and changing. May we all know ourselves to be lovable and capable, seen, heard, and wanted. May we feel supported by our roots and uplifted by our wings. Each step in the journey of life is its own adventure.
Would you please join me in the spirit of prayer? These words are offered by Robert Kaufman. Dear ones, Sai, Cassius, and Dio, thank you for sharing of yourselves today. We wish for you a storm or two, that you may enjoy the calm. We wish for you tranquility in time of trial. We wish you a cool breeze on a warm day and pale white clouds that you may better see the blue sky. We wish you darkness that you may see the stars. We wish you anticipation of high adventure, and we wish you courage to avoid battle. We wish you a sense of wonder and poetry and music. We wish you companionship, that you may appreciate solitude. We wish you a friend who will understand you, and understanding, so that you may be a friend. We wish you may become all that you wish to be, and more than you hope that you can be. We wish you a flower to smell, a hand to touch, a voice to cheer, a heart to gladden, and we wish you someone to love as we love you. Blessed be. Amen.
Let's sing together a closing song, hymn number 118, This Little Light of Mine. I invite you to rise. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Building up a world, I'm gonna let it shine. Building up a world, I'm gonna let it shine. Building up a world, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Oh, let it shine.
Please join me as we extinguish our chalice with the words we used to light the chalice from Douglas Taylor. Across the generations, we are tending the flame. We are here for the songs, for the justice, for the community, sharing the work. We are here now, too, to build something new and lasting. We are ready for a new day together. We join in the line and we carry the flame forward. May we go in peace, go in joy, go in love.